everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I'm sharing my journeys around the world. So this is the second year that I've done it. I am actually taking a break from this challenge. Next year, I'm taking a little bit of a break. I'm doing things different. I'm doing different challenges, and it's honestly going to be a little bit harder, but also easier, if that makes sense, for next year. Because it's a little bit more in depth of what I'm keeping track of next year, but I think it's going to be a lot more fun too. But for the past 2 years, I have been keeping track of the books I've been reading, or trying to, because it's tough. I mean, once you hit the halfway mark, you kind of lose track, but I have been keeping track of how many states in the US I visit through books, as well as how many countries. So I'm going to share with you the books and the states/countries that I visited this year. So I have my reading journal. This could actually be the last time you're seeing this reading journal for 2024. I can't believe that. So this journal, once December is over with, this is going to go into my stack of old journals. So to look at later, I guess. All right, so I need to find my page because I did not put a bookmark. Oh, there it is. Okay. I did not do bad with my challenge. Honestly, if I worked a little bit harder, I think I could have completed all 50 states. I have not done that yet, but maybe someday I will. But this is the map that I've done, and I color-coded by genre. So we have contemporary romance, romantic suspense/mystery, historical romance, contemporary, and fantasy or sci-fi. And so I have all the colors there. And most of it is contemporary, supposedly. So contemporary usually means like either middle grade contemporary or adult fiction with like little to no romance. So yeah, that's majority of the orange. So I visited a lot of states. Let's see. 35 out of 50 states. That is excellent, honestly. That's more than half of the states. So I'm really happy with that. And then as far as countries go, I visited 15 countries. That's not bad, but there's a lot more countries. So that is unfortunate that I didn't visit any more. I could have without realizing it, but that's okay. We're going to do the countries first, and that's a little bit easier and it's a little bit quicker. I think what I'll do is, to keep it easier for myself, is I'm just going to put the book covers here for you all, because that way it's a little bit of a shorter video. It might take me a little more time to edit, but I won't have to be looking through my shelves to try to find these books. I don't own all of them, but I actually do own quite a few of them. So first we visited the Bahamas and Gibraltar through the book The Lady with the Dark Hair by Erin Bartels. And if these books took place in other states and countries, but were kind of taken over by other books, I don't count those. I just put in the countries that I haven't visited yet. Next is I visited the Czech Republic through The Spy and I by Tiana Smith. Don't think I've ever visited there in a book. Neither Gibraltar either. Egypt through The Cairo Curse by Pepper Basham. Greece through The Sisters of Corinth by Angela Hunt. Then Japan in the book When the Ocean Roars by Charlsie Estess. Then I visited 3 different countries, which are brand new to me: Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. I could be pronouncing that wrong. I do apologize. And that was through the book The Foxhole Victory Tour by Amy Lynn Green. Then I also visited Nova Scotia, Canada through The Seamstress of Acadie by Laura Frantz. I visited Prince Edward Island, Canada through Anne of Avonlea by Ellen Montgomery. I visited Costa Rica through Extinction Island by Janice Boekhoff. I visited England and probably a ton of other books through England, but the first one was The Legacy of Longdale Manor by Carrie. I visited Ireland through Unmasked by Kelsey Chapman. And then the last country I visited was New Mexico, and that was through Always Been Yours by J.C. Weaver. So I visited all those countries / provinces throughout the world. So not bad, lots of fun. All right, now we can go into the states, which is a lot. These are mostly alphabetical, but some could be a little off because either I visited a few states in some books as well. So the first one is Alabama. I visited through Hunting for Love by Casey Lane. Alaska was Just the Nicest Person by Christy Barrett. Next was California in Case of the Bayfront Murder by S.K. Durban. Next was Colorado in Things Not Seen by Dorinda Babcock. Next was Georgia, and that was Southern Snow by B.R. Goodwin. Next was Idaho, and that was in That Fine Line by Cindy Steele. I visited Illinois, Mississippi, Missouri, Louisiana, and Texas in the book Rules of the Road by Joan Bauer. I visited Iowa in the book Night Falls on Predicament Avenue by Jamie Jo Wright. Kansas, I visited through Crisscross by C.C. Warrens. I visited Kentucky in the book A Run at Love by Tony Shiloh. I visited Maine in the Christmas Tree Farm series by Jacqueline Frost, because I think I read all of them last winter, besides the new one, which I'm currently reading. Then I visited Maryland through the book The Clue of the Gold Doubloons by Carolyn Keene. Next was Massachusetts through the book The Sweet Life by Suzanne Woods Fisher. I visited Michigan, and technically I'm still reading this book, but goal is to finish it before the end of the year. So The Mercy Tree by Charlene McLaren, I will finish by the end of the year. So that's a goal. Minnesota through the Foxhole Victory Tour by Amy Lynn Green. So I did have a state in there as well. Then I visited Montana through Where the Blue Sky Begins by Katie Powner. Then I visited New Jersey through Raising a Lumi by Joan Bauer. I visited New York through Better Watch Out by Natalie Walters. North Carolina through the book The Mistletoe Countess by Pepper Basham. I visited Oregon and Washington State through Serenade for Gladys by Durwood Smith. I visited South Carolina through Over the Edge by Irene Hannon. I visited Pennsylvania and the Washington, D.C. Providence through All I Want by Tony Shiloh. I visited Tennessee through the book The Roads We Follow by Nicole Deese. Utah through the book Forget Me Not by Ellie Terry. Then I visited Vermont through the book The Crowd by Elise Baltz. Virginia was through The Seamstress of Acadie by Elora Frantz. West Virginia was Fire and Grace by Melissa Plants. Wyoming was The Secrets Beneath by Kimberly Woodhouse. And then my last one, which I included a little bit later, that was Rhode Island, and that one was A Newport Christmas by Jess Heileman. And so if you ever need a book to fit a certain state or a certain country, those are pretty good options. So if you're looking for any of these books, I can recommend like 99% of these books to you. So make sure to check them all out. And yeah, most of these were like on the tops of my list. And if they weren't, they were still fantastic reads. So yes, if you need options for if you're doing this challenge, or, you know, I know a couple Facebook groups do this challenge as well, you can easily go ahead and share my video in a group. I don't mind. Go ahead and share the video, tag me. But feel free to use any of these suggestions, or if people need suggestions, then you have a list to go on. And I will make sure to leave the list down in the description box as well. So I'll have the entire list for you all down there. So that way, you know, you can screenshot it. You can write down the list if you're looking for ideas for states and countries to visit through books. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And let me know if you did this challenge. I don't know if you did, but if you think it's a good idea, maybe I'll do it on my channel in 2026. Who knows? It might be kind of fun to do it all together. I think that would be a really fun time. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.